I don't have any Minecraft shirts or toys or anything, and for whatever reason, this is the best thing I come up with to wear in the intro of this video. So fuck. Let's talk about the greatest game ever made. Minecraft came out in May of 2009, which means next month the game itself will turn 16 years old, meaning that the majority of the player base is younger than the game itself, at least today's player base. And this game, genuinely, there's very little ways to describe it other than special, other than outlier. I said it's the greatest game of all time in the intro. I don't mean it's my favorite game ever. I don't mean it's the best game ever made. I mean the same way we rank basketball players in terms of greatness of their career. Minecraft has the greatest career of any video game. It has lasted now over a decade and a half and been one of the most popular games on the planet almost that entire time. Now, the first time I heard about Minecraft was way back in elementary school when one of my friends named Evan, shout out that guy, came to school on Halloween dressed in a black bodysuit with a cardboard box on his head that he had painted black with little purple eye holes. And I remember walking up to Evan and saying, "Evan, what are you supposed to be?" And he says, "I'm an Enderman." "Evan, what's an Enderman?" He said, "Oh, it's from Minecraft. You guys should play Minecraft." And I was like, "I've never heard of that. I don't know, man." And then 6 months later, it was the biggest thing on Earth. So shout out Evan for being about 6 to 12 months ahead of the curve on Minecraft. But ever since then, Minecraft has been just constantly ridiculously popular. I was thinking about this the other day. There's a movie for this game coming out in a couple days. I'm recording this on Tuesday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. And the movie comes out, the preview day, on April 3rd, my birthday. So that's pretty cool. Not really. The movie looks like it sucks. But the point remains, this game has been popular for a decade and a half, gone through countless different eras, countless different communities even, and now it's getting a movie that genuinely the majority of the people who want to see the movie have no idea of the people who I would say, if someone asked me who made Minecraft popular in my life. Now, I would bring up a lot of names, some of which are in jail or should be in jail, so maybe I shouldn't be bringing those up in public, but I'm talking about people like Captain Sparkles, Sky Does Minecraft, ASF Jerome, Beijing Canadian Sunday, Team Crafted, and that whole era. Obviously, Diamond Minecart and Stampy were that same era, but not affiliated with them, and thankfully, for a lot of reasons. But there are kids today who don't have a clue about any of that, and that was like the thing I consumed mainly in my life back in the early 2010s. I like the Cops and Robber videos, the mod reviews, popular MMOs, mob battles, the adventure map videos that Sky and them would make. And the game was still great back then, but it is so much different now. I remember I didn't play Minecraft for a span of a couple years. I remember getting back into it and thinking like, whoa, they have bees in the game now? What happened to my Minecraft, bro? The woke mob has put bees in my block game. This is unbelievable. And now bees are like the most tame thing they've added in the last 7 years or whatever. There's entire groups of new mobs. They've basically included what used to be texture packs in the main game. There's a bunch of new mechanics, a bunch of new like crafting table type blocks that you can make things, the cutters, all that. It's so much different, and it's still such a great game. And that's what's made it be able to be popular for so long. That and the fact that it is the definition of a sandbox. It's not the first game to do that. It's not even the most expensive or the most highly rated. But it was the first one to make this genre of do whatever the fuck you want for however long you want popular. And it's still the most popular of that to this day. I mean, legitimately. The first time I heard about Minecraft was from my friend Evan, and then after that, and the selling pitch was, yeah, you just start and you can make stuff and then you can kind of just do whatever. You know, you can make a house, you can go make a cool pirate ship, you can dig into some caves, you can go to hell. That's really how someone tried to sell it to me when I was like 11. You can go fight a dragon. That's technically the final boss. You know, there's credits that roll after you beat the Ender Dragon, but the game doesn't end. You can just go back. And that's the beauty of this game. It is an endless experiment of your own creativity. You can do whatever you want for however long you want. If you use the right realms or servers, you can do it with friends for as long as you want. it's a completely different experience for each individual person that plays it. And I remember thinking when the trailer for the Minecraft movie first came out, and I thought, this is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. How is this Minecraft at all? I remember seeing someone say something like, oh, this is a cool representation of like 4 of your friends have a Minecraft world together, and it's like an adventure through that. And that got me thinking, like, they're not going to be able to make a Minecraft movie that encapsulates the Minecraft experience because there isn't the Minecraft experience. There's not one. Each individual person has their own unique and creative and fully developed experience of the game, however often they played, what modes they played, and what their goals were, what they wanted to do, the worlds they had. It's different for everybody, and that makes trying to relate the game between people a little more difficult. But it makes the game itself greater, in my opinion, because me and my group of friends are really tight. We've been tight forever. We've played Minecraft worlds together. And if you asked us our individual experiences about the game, you would get completely different answers. You would get completely different answers as to what we like doing in Minecraft, what we remember doing the most, how we came up doing it. You know, did you start Minecraft playing by yourself? Did you start playing with your siblings or your friends or your cousin or whoever? And that's going to shape your experience so differently, and the time period that you started in too. You know, I've met people, my cousin included, and like people who are younger than me, that are saying like, well, the Wither's always been in the game. I remember when the Wither dropped. I remember when the Wither update happened, thinking like, holy shit, there's a second boss in this game now? And now there's like 4, and they might be adding a 5th. It's so unique of a game that every single tiny variable of how you play and how you experience it changes your perception of the game and your experience and your story with the game. There's no story in this game. There's Minecraft story mode. I don't really want to talk about that. I played all of like 15 minutes of it, and they have it at like arcade machines now. Whatever, that's not Minecraft. There's no story in this game, but each individual person has their stories with the game that they've made themselves just by playing for at least an hour, if not significantly more. And believe me, I've played significantly more. This used to be the game that I played more than anything when I was like preteen age, and even now I played a decent bit. I just got an Avatar adventure map that's pretty cool. You can be like you get to be the Avatar in the map, and there's different characters. It's cool. You get your own bison too. You can fly around. But my point is that this is the greatest game of all time because each individual person has that own unique story. I know I said it in the beginning of this video, and I've been hinting at it throughout the first segment, but this game is old. This game is old as shit. In fact, I'm going to play you a clip from a video that is older than a lot of people who play the game, and it'll give you a scope of just how long this thing has been out.
Oh, come on. Come on. Oh my god, I don't want to say this. It's every nerd's dream, like an endless video game.
Yeah, that was a clip from an old Kids React video of a 10-year-old in a Tobuscus t-shirt geeking out on Minecraft. Nothing screams early 2010s more than that, believe me. And that video came out 13 years ago, and if you're a quick math guy like me, you're a real thinker, you've already figured out that that video came out 3 full years after the game's release. Nowadays, if a game is 3 years old, that means it's been dead for probably at least 18 months. But not back then, well, at least not with Minecraft. Minecraft not only survived those first 3 years, or first 2 years really, of being like somewhat well known, not really too big, and then all of a sudden it exploded in the early 2010s, and now, if you just look at the numbers, it's even bigger than it was back then. And in 3 days from now, we're getting a full theater release of a Minecraft movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. I mean, what is there to say about that? The longevity and the growth of this game is ridiculous. And the reason for that, as I again hinted at in the last segment, they just keep adding shit. Everyone talks about that 2-week Minecraft phase, right? You play Minecraft for 2 weeks, and you don't touch it again for a while. There's that whole saying of, you never stop playing Minecraft, you just take long breaks, you know? You never place your last block, you just extend the time in between. And that's true because they're always adding new shit. There's always, now just the new update, there's rideable gas you can take into the overworld and put little goggles on and sit with 3 other people on top of it. That's cool as shit. It kind of makes me play again. And they just always do stuff like that, whether it's new bosses, new biomes, new mobs, new blocks, new mechanics, new modes, new adventure maps, new ways to play with your friends. There's all kinds of stuff that's constantly being added. Minecraft has its own in-game marketplace, in-game store. That was not a thing when I started playing. When I tried to look for that avatar map I mentioned before, it took me like a solid few minutes to find the search bar in the marketplace because I thought, oh, surely it's just like a DLC on the PlayStation Store, right? Nope. There's an entire, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of adventure maps, texture packs, in-game skins you can buy without having to go to some other site to download a mod or a skin pack or a texture thing like you used to have to. All that stuff is so much more accessible now. Not to mention, vanilla Minecraft itself has just gotten closer to what old mods used to be. There used to be those texture mods where cows look different in different biomes. They just added that. There's horses. There have been horses for a while, but there's like actual different fish you can see in the water. Everything is so different than it used to be. And I talk about nostalgia a lot on this channel, and Minecraft is a very nostalgic thing for a lot of people, myself included, because we played it when we were 10, and we loved it. It was the coolest thing in the world back then, so why would we not have like great memories attached to it? Personally, I had this tutorial world when I had my Xbox 360. The tutorial world I dropped you in that era was like this kind of broken castle, but it was relatively small. There was that big Minecraft sign in the sky. I kind of want to make that the thumbnail of this video. If it is a thumbnail, then the search worked out good. If not, well, I picked something else good, I hope. But yeah, it was kind of a broken down castle with a busted up farm, and the tutorial taught you how to fix all that and go through the mechanics. After I finished the tutorial, I just kind of made that like my main world on my Xbox 360 when I play Minecraft on there. And whenever my cousin or my friends would come over for sleepovers, we'd build on that world. There ended up being a huge roller coaster over the ocean, a big volcano library, a massive pit of lava because everyone when you're 11 built a massive lava pit in Minecraft for some fucking reason. There's the ruins of villages that we blew up with TNT because we got bored. There was this giant water tower, this giant dirt tower, all the normal stuff that you make when you're 10, on top of all this other cool stuff we decided to build. And for me, that world is like my memory of my Minecraft experience, at least the early one. And I think a lot of people are like that. The first world that you spend 5+ hours on, like that's your Minecraft hometown, for lack of a better term. That's your infancy stages. That's where you grew up in the game. And because of how fast the game moves on, how you're able to progress and see your own progress, and on top of just the way the music is, I said it in the Avatar video, there's just a certain style of music that makes you feel nostalgic. Whatever it is, Minecraft mastered it. Because you cannot hear one of those C1 or C418 or whatever that guy's name is. You cannot hear one of the classic Minecraft songs without thinking of some shit you did when you were a kid. And that's what makes this game so nostalgic. So much of it has changed, just like the real world. But you have so many good memories of the stuff that used to be, just like the real world. And I remember I saw this argument on Twitter a while ago, people saying like, new Minecraft fucking sucks, I hate new Minecraft, it's not Minecraft, restore the feeling, all this bullshit. And I remember someone replying to that saying, Minecraft is one of the only games ever made that you cannot use nostalgia as an argument against. Because you can actually go and play older versions of the game whenever you want, for free. Or not for free, but if you have the game, you can do it for no extra charge. Even on console, I played old Minecraft on my PlayStation the other day. And yeah, Minecraft isn't nostalgia because it's bad now. That's not why you get nostalgia for it. Not arguably, even objectively, as a game, from a game standpoint, coding, mechanics, visuals, everything, it is better now than it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 16 years ago. It's a better game. It has improved vastly. The problem is you're not going to feel the same when you find diamonds now as when you found diamonds when you were 11. You know? It's not the same. It's the feeling in you that's changed. You're different, not the game. You feel like your experience is worse because whatever's going on in your life is not the same stuff that was going on in your life when Minecraft was the thing you cared about most, right? That's why the game feels different. It's because you're different. Obviously, the game is different, but the feeling is still there for people who play it at that age, you know? The kids who are playing Minecraft now and who are going to be the main audience of that movie in a few days, they're going to have the same kind of memories we have of Minecraft. That same nostalgic of the music and finding diamonds for the first time, but theirs is going to be covered with other mobs. You know, we didn't have parrots and dolphins and horses and the Wither or the Elder Guardian back then, but they will. You know, it's the same show, it's the different cast. That's what life is as a whole, but Minecraft especially, you know? And that's kind of the point I wanted to make in this video. Sorry for stumbling there. This game is such an ethereal feeling when you think about it for too long, partially because the music makes you feel like you're not on Earth anymore for whatever reason. But this game, it hits you in the core when you played it, because like I said before, you never stop. You just take long breaks. This video is a little rambly, but I didn't have a full script before I turned the camera on. I wanted to make a video today, and I've been planning on making this video this week because the movie comes out this week. So I texted a couple of my friends asking for inspiration, and one of them actually brought it up. One of them said, how about a video about what Minecraft means to you? I thought, that wasn't initially how I was going to frame this video, but that's a pretty good way to do it based on the points I was going to make anyway, you know? I like to think I'm a creative person, as do most people, but creativity is a big thing in my life. I like to write. I like to make shit like this. I like to make stories up in my head. So creativity has always been at the forefront of what I try to do, at least. Minecraft is creativity incarnate. And yeah, I know it's corny to say that because there is a literal mode in the game called creative mode where you fly around and do whatever the fuck you want the whole time. But it is. You have complete control of making your own experience, your own story, your own house, your own town, your own skyscraper, your own roller coaster, your own whatever you want. And that's what makes this game so amazing. And it is so important, I think. That's the title of this video. Why does Minecraft matter? It matters because in an era, especially now, where your attention span can be fried in a month if you just spend a couple hours a day on TikTok and Twitter. God forbid Instagram Reels, then a lot more than your attention span is going to get fried. But games like Minecraft, and Minecraft in particular, is so important because it just allows you to just get in there and do whatever you want. You know, you're allowed to do what you want for as long as you want. As long as, you know, your parents say you can if you're a kid still. Minecraft is so vitally important for that reason. It allows you to express yourself, you know. I played that video of Leah from Kids React earlier saying, it's a nerd's greatest dream, a game that never ends. But she's right. It's an experience that never ends until you want it to. And that's the beauty of it, in my opinion. It is completely your lump of clay to mold into whatever you want. There are not many games like that, as much as they say they try to be. Nothing hits the same like Minecraft does. Whether it's for the nostalgic reasons, whether it's for the creative reasons, whether it's for the music, for the calmness that it gives you, just the feeling in general, whatever it is, there's nothing like it. That's why I think it's the greatest game of all time. It's not my favorite game. Red Dead Redemption takes that spot by a landslide, but I'll be damn sure if it wasn't in the conversation for my favorite, and I'll be damned if it wasn't considered just the greatest, you know? Nothing does what it does. I know there's going to be some fucking nerd in the comments that says, oh, what about Terraria? I don't care. You can make that argument if you want, man. Nothing reaches these heights like this. I saw someone say Fortnite beats Minecraft, actually. Yeah, maybe if Minecraft relied only on collabs to build hype for the last 3 years, then I would agree, but it doesn't. I love Fortnite. I have the Shohei skin and a lot of the other collab skins, but it's not the same, you know? Maybe it'll get there one day when it's 15 years old and people have memories of playing in 2017 for the first time, but it's not there yet. Longevity matters, and Minecraft is getting a movie in year 16. LeBron won a ring in year 16, I think, or around then. Minecraft's getting a movie in year 16. It's pretty much the same shit, you know? End of the day, I think a good metaphor to wrap this up in is I re-downloaded Minecraft on my PlayStation 5 the other day, and I just wanted to mess around in it. You know, I got the Avatar world, started another survival world, whatever. And then I started playing the old Minecraft. I went to that menu, and I got hit with that wave of nostalgia, that feeling of that old title screen with that little yellow text on the side that says, like, some corny pun or something, and the old options, the old sounds on the menu, which aren't the same for some reason. And I got into the game, and I said, oh shit, there's a tutorial world here. Maybe it's going to be the same tutorial that I played on the 360. And I opened the tutorial, and no, I was way off. This old Minecraft is like still teaching you about tridents and shit. So it's still old, just not as old as I thought it would be. And that's when it kind of hit me of like, dude, this game is passed through generations. I know, like, in real life, a generation is considered, like, 10 years-ish. it's lasted longer than a real life generation, let alone like a generation of a community. Like I said, there's entire communities that the current player base has no idea about. There was the Team Crafted era and that whole era, which was like the dominant part of YouTube for that time. Undisputedly. Fucking stuttering my ass off. Who cares? Undebatably, that was the dominant side of YouTube. And then you move along, there's some like middle ground, but then there's like the Dream era of a few years ago, and even that's gone now. And like kids who were like 7, 8, or 9 are playing Minecraft now. They're starting to not know who Dream is because that era is gone. Eventually, there's going to be something else that takes it, you know? As long as Minecraft is popular, there is going to be a mainstream Minecraft YouTuber. And if trends continue, they're going to end up being a really bad person in one way or another. So hopefully that part doesn't. But yeah, I mean, if I said, oh, that's not gold, that's butter to a kid, they would think I'm fucking stupid. They have no idea who SkyDoes Minecraft is. They have no idea who Jerome. If I say Baka, they're going to think I'm calling them stupid in Japanese, and then they're going to call me stupid in English. So they're not going to understand anything. And that's like such a bittersweet feeling of like, holy shit, this game that I love is so ridiculously successful, but also I'm fucking lost. I have no idea what these kids are talking about. I don't play the game nearly enough or nearly frequently enough to be up to date on everything. And then even in that tutorial world, I was thinking like, holy shit, this map is massive. There's so much shit for me to fly around and do. I just turned it to creative to explore it. It's so huge. And that's supposed to be the old Minecraft tutorial. And it was kind of in that moment that I realized, like, wait, if I have a Microsoft account, it should be pretty easy to find my old world, right? I can just do that. But with how old this game is, and the fact that I haven't had an Xbox 360 for like 10 or 12 years, I have no idea what account that was under, or if that was even after Microsoft had bought Mojang, or bought Minecraft at least. I have no idea if there's any way to recover that world, and if there is, I have no idea how to do it, because I have no idea what account would have been under at that time. And that made me upset. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to be open emotionally on this channel, you know? When I thought of the fact that that world that I created for years, I mean at least 2 years, if not more, that my friends helped on, that my cousins helped on, when it hit me that I'm never going to see that shit again, I was like, fuck, man. Oh my god. That like, I legitimately, I'm not going to lie to you, I teared up a little bit. I was like, fuck. That was like my favorite thing to do in gaming for years. That world, not even the game, that world was my thing. And now it might just be gone forever. It might have just been gone forever for a while now. But that's the nature of Minecraft, you know? Shit happens. You die, you respawn with nothing, unless you have mods on. But yeah, you die, you go back home with nothing, and you start over. And 2 weeks later, you're like, fuck this. And then you move on to play Fortnite or Call of Duty or 2K or whatever. And then a couple months later, you see Minecraft, the movie's coming out, or a cool update, or you see someone talking about Minecraft on Twitter, and you're like, yeah, let's do it all again. That's what makes this game so special. No matter what happens, in real life, in the game, you can always just turn it back on and try again. Thank you guys for watching this video. I plan to make something a little dumber. Maybe I still will make that today. We'll see. But like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.